まさか嘘だろ。音無先輩が勇者。
All right, my friends, 𝐒𝐶𝐼MICHI episode number 21. And man, this was a stinker. And I know it's kind of like oh my God, Dom, you're going to start the video that way? You're going to say it's so bad? Here's the thing is each week I come on here for every single anime that I review, and I give you my honest, super transparent feelings as I'm reviewing each episode and I'm talking about each episode. Now, the thing to remember is when I'm like, man, this episode was shit, blah, 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 that doesn't necessarily mean that's my view on the whole show, but it is very much for that episode. And kind of where I'm conflicted as is right now with episode number 21 of 𝐒𝐶𝐼MICHI. I'm super disappointed because one of the biggest highlights for me, or one of the things I was looking forward to the most with Makoto being beamed down from the goddess and with Lemia and stuff. And by the way, last week I thought was an awesome episode with Makoto kind of sticking one to the goddess. Like, I love last week, 9 out of 10 episode. But one of the things I've been looking forward to the most ever since finding out that Hibiki is a hero and she had very close relations to Makoto in the past and actually kind of liked him for whatever reason. I've been really looking forward to their reunion, and I was like, okay, I was so hyped. I was like, yo, he's being beamed down. He's gonna get reunited with Hibiki. He's gonna see that, hey, the student council girl is here in this world. Hibiki's gonna see Makoto, and it's gonna be like this really cool thing. And I felt like that was stripped away from me. And one of the things I was most looking forward to, I felt was just like, nah, bitch, that's mine. Like, you don't get that. And I really feel some type of way about that. And maybe you don't. Maybe it means nothing to you. Maybe you thought this episode was awesome. And maybe you thought, like, you know, the thing that they did was super cool. And hey, all those feelings are valid. These are just my feelings, where I kind of felt like the thing that I was looking forward to the most was kind of just taken from me. Of course, you know, there's still a chance for, you know, in the future for that still to happen. But the product or the story that they presented to me is one of those like, oh, this is very anime. You know, this is very, you know, tropistic thing to where Makoto's hiding his identity and it's going to be a will he, won't he tell her, and will she, won't she finally guess that this is the dude that was in this other world, and they're just going to pussyfoot around it forever and we're never going to see them reunite or, you know, kind of like, you know, face to face anytime this season, especially because there's only like 3 episodes left this season. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just very, 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 very disappointed. In you know, and again, it might be maybe my expectations. Maybe I was setting up myself for failure there, but I thought it was like it was a clear home run. Like it was a little lob, you know, a very easy a thing to expect, I thought, but that was just kind of taken away from me. And I feel a lot of way about that, you know, because like that was one of the things I was looking forward to. It's like, man, the season's kind of sucked a little bit, but hey, you know, here's the things I'm really looking forward to. You know, Makoto sticking it to the goddess, him reuniting with Hibiki, like all these things, like that's gonna be a really cool thing. The rest of the episode, though, you know, let me talk about the rest of the episode. Mio's fight, once again, I was a little disappointed in her fight too. You know, she's trying to fight this snake dude based on the memories of Makoto, and apparently, you know, she mentioned Smith and Wesson, basically like a gun. She's trying to like reenact like, you know, like a gun firefight scene. For whatever reason, I don't really know the reasons behind it. Otherwise, you know, other than it's in Makoto's memory and she's trying to redo or relive something that he holds, you know, pretty high in his memory bank. But outside of that, I don't really know why she's getting pwned and owned for no reason, you know. Tomoe did mention to us as like the viewer, as she was thinking out loud, that Mio's trying to conquer the reflective ability. So maybe it really is just that she's really just trying to overcome something now that could really benefit her in the future. But I thought that was going to be like a really, really cool thing, because like last week she whipped out her little fan and I was like, oh shit, she about to give this snake the ba 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 ba. And this week, you know, when it started the episode this week, she was kind of just getting owned by this thing. So I was like, okay, that's not what I was expecting. So there was definitely, you know, that. The other thing, you know, kind of the middle portion of the episode was all about Sophia, the Dragon Slayer, and the hero, I forget what the other hero's name is, the one with the eye. I can't really remember his name, but basically it was Sophia the Dragon Slayer facing off against the really weirdo hero dude. And I gotta say, you know, when it comes to the hero with the eye and stuff, Tomiki was his name. I just don't care about it. You know, when it comes to him as the hero, like, I just really don't care about his storyline. Like, if they decide just to kill him this episode, I'd be like, oh, I'd be like, let's moving on. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't really care. Nor do I really care about, like, Sophia and the grudge that she holds against Makoto. Now, obviously, right now, her and the other dragon dude, they're beelining it to Makoto because they sense his power. So there's definitely that's occurring and that's happening. And, you know, it's going to be interesting to see, you know, how Makoto navigates that fight. But, like, for the most part, I just don't care about this Tomiki character as a hero. Like, whether he exists, whether he doesn't exist, I just don't care about it. So that's the other part of the episode where I was like, yeah, I'm watching, but my care level, like for my ability to actually, like, you know, care what's on screen, it's very low for this character. Last thing I'll say is this has to do with what I started the video with this Hibiki stuff. Makoto's trying to hide his identity, I guess, for whatever reason. Because he can, I guess. So he decided to wear a very lame outfit, you know, kind of like a in Japan, there's a lot of like heroes out there, like Power Ranger-esque type, you know, Go-Go Ranger type hero stuff. And he's wearing one of those hero outfits that was made for him, probably based off of his memories of watching all those shows. Very lame, and I'm just like, okay, I guess. It all kind of makes sense because the ED has showed that off before, and I've seen it. I just didn't really, like, register that, like, oh, that's going to be a big part of the theme, but I guess it is. So he's going to go in and represent himself as Makoto Ranger, Silver Ranger guy or something like that, which is just super lame. So, you know, as we proceed to the end of the season, this was 21. There's 25 episodes. We have 22, 23, 24, 25. So we have 4 episodes left. Yeah, I mean, let me know your thoughts. I gave you guys a lot of big feelings. I gave you guys a lot of big thoughts this episode. And it won't surprise me if you guys have your own thoughts on my thoughts. So let me know all those feelings down in the comments below. Let me know if you're feeling it, if you're not feeling it. I know that there's a couple of you that are, like, really big super fans. So I'm looking forward to reading your guys' response to this video. And then a lot of others are, you know, hot and cold, kind of like me. Like, some weeks you're really about it, some weeks you're not. I think we can all agree that we're all fans of the show. But being a fan doesn't mean we're not allowed to be, you know, critical. Just like anything else, if you watched an episode of something, you're like, oh, I'm a little disappointed this week. I think that's okay. So anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next week for episode 22. All right. Peace out, my friends.